Some of our favorite lines in animated films are actually happy accidents. You'd be surprised by how many iconic scenes were improvised by actors in the recording booth. We've got 15 of our favorite improvised moments in animated films coming right up.
We know exactly what to do.
Number 1. We're gonna talk about Bruno. How could we not discuss his brilliant ad-lib that brought a rat telenovela to the film?
Their love could never be.
John Leguizamo was given the chance by directors Byron Howard and Jared Bush to improvise a bit in the booth, and thank goodness he did. This was just one of his additions. Throughout his performance, there are different shades of the actor that come through. It may be small, but it's also comic genius. Number 2. Luisa was having a bit of a meltdown.
Heavy!
The strong Luisa wasn't feeling so hot, and Jessica Darrow brought all the agony she could into the booth. To capture the true drama and spirit of the moment, the team had the actress improvising some sounds of agony and cries. The actress was pretty into it, so she asked if she could take it a step further and throw in some actual dialogue. And then this happened.
I'm a loser! Lisa!
Yeah, it was a heartbreaker, but the production team knew it was perfect in the context of the story. This improv line even caught the Luisa actress off guard. She had no idea it was going to be part of the film until she was watching the final cut herself. Number 3. Not all improv is funny. One of the most touching moments in Raya and the Last Dragon is when Raya takes a moment to herself to pray.
If I can be honest.
And a whole lot of it was dialogue coming straight from actor Kelly Marie Tran. She explained, "I remember asking if I could try something different, because I remember what it felt like to be desperate, and I remember how I acted in those moments, and what it felt like to pray to a being. In this case, Raya's praying to Sisu, that you're not even sure exists. You're just that desperate." Number 4. If we have time for a few more jokes, she'll tell them. Awkwafina is a jokester in her own life, so whenever she came across a joke written in the script, the actor would ask, "Let me try just a few more." What were they gonna say? No?
Well, we still have a big chunk of it.
Since the part was written with her voice in mind, it only made sense. Number 5. This could probably be considered a special skill. If you need someone who can belch on command, Luca actor Jacob Tremblay is your guy. Whoa. When the Luca team was recording and they came to the part in the script where Luca was meant to let out a burp, Tremblay figured he'd offer his services. I was able to give them some cool sound bites, and they ended up using my burp in the film. Tremblay loved the experience of improvising, especially with the encouragement of his director Enrico Casarosa, who let me bring a lot of that into the experience. Number 6. If it's good, you find a way to make it work. Sacha Baron Cohen's Ugo wasn't even a character at first, so he didn't end up being part of too many scenes. But then, the team got a whole lot of great content from the actor in the booth.
Some people think I'm mad to live in the deep.
For director Casarosa, it was a pleasure to see. Cohen came in and he improvised so much that we even put a little button at the end of our movie to contain more of the improvisation that he did for us because he was so fun. If it works, you better work it.
I think that they are the ones who are mad, not me the one who is mad, it's them.
Number 7. It's a fight, sure, but it's a hilarious fight. When Barney and Ron find themselves on the run from the Bubble Company, they get into a bit of a scuffle.
Have you got water damage to the brain? I mean, seriously.
But it was all Zach Galifianakis and Jack Dylan Grazer. The performers actually had a special session together in the recording booth just to improvise the fight. Their improv was riddled with comedy gold, so instead of sticking with what was planned, the animators literally just took their dialogue and made the animation fit what they said. It was too good not to use. It was a wild experience for sure, the Ron actor explaining, "It's weird because you don't know the person. Just like with anything else you're working on, you have to act like you know them. Since they weren't meant to be longtime pals in the movie anyway, it definitely helped bring some authenticity to the film." Number 8. Lena was bringing herself to this film. It's a short and quick line, but this
My girlfriend's daughter got me pulling my hair out, okay?
is in fact not what was originally in the script. When the Specter actor was recording, she swapped the word husband for girlfriend, just wanting to be her authentic self in that moment. The team was caught off guard, but they were all for it.
It's not easy being a new parent.
Number 9. Say hello to a dream team.
It was magical. It was magical.
He and Peele have a pretty special relationship, and they brought all those good vibes to the table when they were recording their lines for Toy Story 4.
You got a kid? Like Like a kid?
Like a human kid?
One very special moment is the 5 or so seconds of an original rap that's heard in the film.
We're gonna get a kid.
All right, let's
go. Kid.
For these two, it just made sense.
We sing to each other. And so it was something that came up in the creating of the characters within the story.
That's just a taste of the improv. The duo actually sang 3 songs and the team recorded 3 minutes worth, but in the end, we only got 5 seconds. We'll just be here waiting for the full album release. Number 10. The actor himself didn't know this would be included. Josh Gad was maybe the most surprised to find out just how much of his improv made it to the Frozen films.
I don't even know it's Samantha.
The scene leading up to his big number, When I Am Older, in Frozen 2, was one of the best bits he brought to the film. Gad explained, "It never ceases to amaze me that I'm allowed to improv something clinically insane in a sound booth, and then the best animators in the world take my nonsense and bring it to life over thousands of hours. Considering how good it is, we're not surprised." Number 11. His name is Olaf, and guess what?
And I like warm hugs.
This might just be the most adorable improvised line there is. Gad explained, "Improv has been such an essential part of my journey in creating Olaf." That came from Jen and Chris saying, "This character represented youth and naivete. And those two worlds allowed me to just explore and find these non sequiturs that made the character spark." Number 12. When it comes to dragon training, improv is a must. Jay Baruchel was free to do his thing in the How to Train Your Dragon recording booth, and had some excellent improv included in the final cut, like this shady insult.
Thank you for nothing, you useless reptile.
And of course, some of Hiccup's grim vibes.
Da-da-da, we're dead.
Number 13. With this actor in the booth, improv is hard to avoid. All hail Kristen Wiig, an improv genius who, according to the team, was able to make anything sound funny. And maybe most importantly, willing to take anything to the most ridiculous degree. Her improv was scattered throughout the How to Train Your Dragon recording sessions. But one of the best scenes that was full of Wiig's spontaneous lines and moments saw her annoying the heck out of Grimmel as possibly the most annoying prisoner he'd ever dealt with. Number 14. It was subtle, but it spoke volumes. In the original script, Gobber was meant to tell Hiccup about why Valka and Stoic were so tense with each other, and explaining that's the reason why he didn't get married. But what he wasn't meant to say was,
"This and one other reason."
Actor Craig Ferguson was the one responsible for adding that small detail, and director Dean DeBlois felt they should include it because, in his own words, "I think it's nice. It's progressive, it's honest, and it feels good, so we wanted to keep it." Number 15. Use what you know. Elizabeth Debicki was maybe a bit too good at this. The actress was improvising like a master in the booth for Peter Rabbit 2, but then director Will Gluck rained on her parade, saying she was probably just drawing on my own personal experience of being an incredibly bossy big sister. I have 2 siblings and I'm so bossy. And Will probably had to be like, "Could you just be a little less? It's a children's film." And to think, this was just a taste of the feistiness she brought. The freedom to record and re-record in the booth means more fantastic material to bring to the table, and we are here for it. Which scene on our list was your favorite?